Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome officially to the channel. This is, as you know from the intro, a series where I go into odd game accessories or peripherals that developers made to help us get into the game more mentally or physically. Every so often, you get one that's intended to get you healthy, or just to generally check in on your health. And such is the case with the Didget blood glucose monitor. Yeah, I know I mispronounced that wrong. This came out for the Nintendo DS, and you heard me right, it was and is a glucose monitor. I don't know what it is about Nintendo and the medical industry, but they are fans. First, the Pedicet, and now this. So if you have a moment, sit down and hang out a while we go into yet another medical device that got tacked on to one of Nintendo's popular handhelds. This device, like many of its kind, was made out of seeing a need. You see, Paul Wessel was looking for a way to get his son Luke to stop hiding his glucose meter. So, being a rather clever man, he decided to make a device that would work in conjunction with one of his son's favorite possessions, his Nintendo DS. The idea was simple: reward kids for testing their glucose levels with in-game rewards. Think of it like, well, loot boxes for blood. Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. All kidding aside, this really wasn't a bad idea. The person does their normal glucose test, and the device awards points that can be used to unlock games and new levels on the included game, which was called Knock 'em Down's World Fair, which sadly I won't be able to show much on because, well, A, I don't know how to record for my DS, B, the cart's kinda hard to find now, C, I don't want to buy any product intended for diabetics when I'm not diabetic. That seems wrong morally. And D, there isn't much footage online of this thing overall. However, from what I could find, at least one of the games was some sort of turn-based RPG affair, but given it unlocks new games and stages, I have to assume the whole thing is a collection of random different minigames. And I know what you're asking though, how does this thing work? Well, let's piece together what we can, shall we? Now, before we go into how this thing works with the DS, we should probably go into how a glucose monitor works in general, as some of you may not know how these things work. There are actually two types of glucose monitors. One is continuous and the other is periodic or manual, for lack of a better word. Continuous is a monitor that's inserted under the skin that can then continuously monitor your blood for your glucose levels and find out when you're spiking or crashing. Too much deviation either way is, well, generally bad, okay? The more common is the periodic or manual test method. This is overall pretty simple. You prick your finger with a small lancet or a needle, take a drop of blood and put it on a test strip, and then insert that into the testing unit, which will then give you a readout of what your blood glucose level is at, which is pretty much exactly how the DS1 works. It's based off Bayer's contour strip test technology and uses the exact same strips, which is a proven system. It's already used by many people who have diabetes. Now, this is a great idea overall. Take a proven system, one likely his son was using already, and modify it so that it plugs into his DS, allowing him to play a game and get rewarded for testing his blood levels up to 4 times a day. As for influence, this is simply a niche device. It's another tool to try to help kids or people in general to do something that's good for their health or in a new and different way. On the whole, I like this one, and I'd like to see more devices like this. The point is, using technology we utilize every day to encourage healthy behaviors isn't uncommon. But the more of them that are out there, the more likely someone's going to find something that will either help them keep an eye on their health, help them get in shape, or just simply build a better lifestyle habit. However, what do you guys think of this one? Did any of you actually know about this one? And if so, where from? Did any of you use one or still use one? Did any of your kids use one? And if so, how effective was it? Let me know in the comments. For now though, thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. If I could ask you for one more favor, please leave this video a like. And if you haven't considered subscribing, it really helps me out. Until next time though, thank you once again. And until we meet again, happy gaming.